In this video, we are going to learn how we can send post request, and this is going to be especially useful if you're working with ASPX sites or .NET sites like this. So again, this video is inspired from a real life scenario. So let me quickly talk about what is the problem statement here. Okay, so this is the site. Now notice the URL. So this is the URL, and this URL is not going to change when I click on this tab right over here. And this entire request is actually async request. I'm going to open a new incognito window. So the first thing that we are going to do is press F12 and go to network tab. Okay, let's paste in the URL and press enter. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear everything out. Okay, so I don't want to record all this. I just want to record what happens when I click on this particular tab. So let's click it. And we can see that there is this XHR request, so which brings up this response, and we can see this in preview. So this is actually a mixture of some text and some HTML. And let's look at the headers. So the first thing that you will probably notice is that this is a post request. So this is the first thing. The second thing that you will notice is that the URL has not changed. Now this is important, okay? Now why it is important, I'll explain this in a bit. And in the request headers, we can see there are a lot of request headers. Whenever we are working with post request, this content type application/x www form URL encoded. So this is going to be important. So because we need to inform the server what kind of data we are sending. Okay. Then we have cookie. So cookie we don't have to worry about. And then there is host, origin, referrer. These are all standard stuff. There is user agent. There is this CSRF token. All right. And there are a few custom headers. So you can see that there is some custom headers. All right. So we are just at this point, we are just understanding how this particular request is working. Okay. And then in the form data. So this is the most important part. So whenever you are working with the post request, that means that you are sending some data to the server, and this data is the form data. So we can see that there are some form control, and the moment you see __ event target, __ event argument, __ last focus, and especially this __ view state, which will contain a huge chunk of encrypted data. So this is where you should note that you are working with ASPX site. It is very essential that we send the correct value of a view state. Then view state generated, this is also dynamic. This is also something we have to take care of. And then there are a few other fields. So let me open the terminal. So let's start with creating this spider. So Scrapy Gen Spider. So I'm just putting an X and let's open this. So this is the skeleton that Scrapy has created for us. So the first thing that we are going to do is from Scrapy, import form request. Now this particular class is very useful for creating form request, or whenever there is a post request, we can use this. Okay, we have to start with this URL so that all these values can be filled up. So what we are going to do, allow domain, not required, and start URL. I'm just going to paste in this URL. Okay, so this is the same URL. All right. And in the parse method, what is going to happen? So this page will be visible. Okay. So if we really want to verify, so let's do something, right click and view page source. All right. And I'm going to copy this text. So this is in French and I don't speak French. And at this point, I have to ask you the customary thing that if you're liking this video so far, please consider subscribing. So I'm going to use the magic of copy paste. And yeah, we can see that this is visible and this one is having this ID. Now just to verify that we are actually reaching this page, what we are going to do is we are going to print something from this page. All right. So let's come here and we can, this is where we can make use of inspect response method. Okay. So this accepts response as the first parameter, and self. So what is self? The instance of this particular spider, and this is contained in Scrapy shell. Okay. So from scrapy.shell import inspect response. So right now, if we run this spider, what is going to happen? It's going to parse this, okay? And then it's going to come here and we should be able to query this page using some CSS or XPath selectors and look at whether we are getting this correct value or not. So let's go to the terminal and let's run this spider. So Scrapy run spider casa.py, okay? What happens is once it has done printing all the logs, let's clear everything, it will stop. And at this point, we have the response object available. So now at this point, if we use this ID tag, okay, and look for this value, we should have something. So response.css. So we have some data, okay. And if we use get, okay, we get this span and this is the data. So now we know that our code works. Now this is the next part. This is where we are actually going to submit. So let's come here, press F12. This time we are going to take a look at this. Let's make everything bigger here. So now, as I was talking that this URL is same. This method, what we are going to do is we are going to create one request. What we can do is we can create the form request directly. Okay. Now the form request is little bit easier. It makes sending form data a little bit easier. In our case, it's even more easier because it's post to the same page. So what we can do is we can use the from response method. Okay. So what is the benefit? I'll tell you. So the benefit is, first of all, the first parameter has to be the response. The second parameter is form data. This form data must be a dictionary. So this is something we will create. This headers, of course, it is always optional, but we will send headers because we have to send some customized headers. And finally, we will provide a callback method. So callback method is going to be self.tab2. Then we'll have to define it here, tab2. Now you already saw that we did not provide any custom headers like user agent or anything when we were parsing this URL, and it just worked, right? So you can probably assume that this site is not very rigid about all the headers. So you don't have to worry about user agents and all those different headers. So we'll start with content type and then we will give it a try. If this alone works, well and good. If it doesn't work, then probably we will, add more headers. So right now I'm just going to start with content type. So the headers, it's going to be a dictionary, and I have Ctrl+Shift+V paste as plain text. Okay. Ctrl+Shift+V or Command+Shift+V is required only for PyCharm. So this is my headers. All right. So this I can pass here. Now form data. Now form data is where the most of the work is usually involved because you have to read everything. So I've got one good news. So the good news is that whenever you are using from response, any data which is actually inside a form tag will automatically be sent. So this means that most of these fields, this view state and event target and everything will be created for you. It will be done for you. Now there are few specific fields that we need to take care. Okay. So this view state generator should be okay. So first of all, these are the custom fields. So this is something we need to take care. So form data is going to be a dictionary, and again Ctrl+Shift+V and paste as plain text. So this looks okay. So this is my form data. Now let's see, let's look at the other fields. So we don't have to worry about view state generator and view state, but there may be some other fields. So I'm going to have a look at the top. So these are request headers. So query string is part of the URL. So script manager, I'll copy this. So there is no harm actually. So I'll just copy just in case. So I'll format it a little bit later. Then event target. So this one is also something I'm going to copy it. I have copied event target because in .NET what happens is that whenever there are different buttons click, the event target actually changes. So whenever you click on different buttons, in fact, let me show it to you how it works. So note this, note that this event target, it is society. So this is something related to such society, COTI, and I'm not sure what all other things mean. Let's clear everything. And now I'm going to this tab and let's look at the form data, and now you will see that this is Society Koti LBD dividend. This has changed, right? And here you can see that this is LB dividend. So this part changes, this event target changes, and this is also changing, the top control 1, script manager 1. So these are the two things which I have taken. What are the other things that we need? And I forgot to yield it. So this is my form data. Okay, so let me zoom this up, and here again I am going to call the inspect response method. So this is going to be response and self. All right, so now we should come to this page. Okay, so let me just click on inspect, and yeah, so if I get this one, okay, so that means that my spider is working fine. Scrapy run spider, and this time I'm putting just no log so that all those extra things are not printed and I directly get the prompt. Yes, response dot CSS. Okay, and this time the CSS is going to be the ID, a different ID. Okay, and let's see, get, and see this we got here. So actually that's it. So what we can possibly do is we can extract the text, so double colon text. So let's copy this into our code, and we are simply going to print it. So practically speaking, you are not going to print it, but I am printing it because this is just a demo and proof of concept, right, that it can be done. And let's run it, and now that particular data should be printed. So this means that we are actually on that page. So that's all I wanted to show you today. So I hope now you understand that how you can send post request using ASPX when it is on the same page. If it is not on the same page, then I'll link to the video where I have talked about how to cover that scenario. And if you like this video, then please consider subscribing. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one.